Hey, this is Jeff, and welcome back to Starfield. Vladimir has some more data since we added the last artifact to the collection, so let's see what he found.
Now that those artifacts aren't just blips of hope in the blackest sea, I found an interesting pattern. The grav anomaly generated by one of those artifacts, it matches one on another planet. A bigger one.
I don't actually know if that makes sense or not, but so far the artifacts have been roughly similar in size.
The ones we found, anyway. No telling what this is, but you can feel that excitement in the air, can't you? It's something important. Going to send you the mark close as I can, but I'm having trouble pinpointing the source. You'll need to explore the area on foot. Put your scanner to work. Don't know what you'll find. Keep your eyes open.
You've detected regular artifacts from several light years away, right? It does seem like something bigger should be easy to find.
You're looking for the eye of the storm. Whole thing is a whirlwind. But getting to the source, need to wear your patience thick.
Hold on.
That anomaly is a damn sight bigger than a regular artifact. No telling what you'll find.
I didn't mean to give you seizures, but I have some survey data for you.
And the darkness gets lit just a candle more.
Oh, wow. I don't think he can afford them all this time. Speaking of Vladimir and scans, the reason he pays so well for survey data is that the signals he analyzes come in at the speed of light, which means they're years or decades old when he receives them. Having up-to-date data helps him correlate and filter results. That may also be why he occasionally gets false positives. If he detects an artifact in a system 10 light years away, that just means it was there 10 years ago. It could have been discovered and removed sometime since then. I bring it up because the same principle applies to the astrophysics skill, which isn't a problem yet, but at rank 3 we could theoretically detect titanium on a planet 10 light years away, jump over, and surprise, there's no titanium because it was there 10 years ago, but it's not there anymore.
I have never quite been able to think of New Atlantis as home. Though I suppose I should. I'm still getting used to this place. It does not quite feel like home, but hopefully someday.
To tell you the truth, Andreja, I still think of the ship more as home myself. This is more like my workplace. But it's a job I really like. Hey, I'm 90% sure the last time I looked at the mission board there was a request for something from Procyon that I was going to pick up while we were there, but now it's gone. Must have refreshed while we were at Tal Sadie. That sucks. They pay really well. Does it refresh every time you open it? No. Well, maybe it's on a timer like vendor inventories or something. Anyway, what I was saying about light speed delay, it could theoretically be a problem for scanning nearby systems when we get rank 3 of astrophysics, but I doubt it will. A, somebody strip mining an entire planet completely clear of a given resource in a few years seems unlikely. And B, most players would probably assume it's a bug unless the game explained it carefully, and then it would just be annoying. So I can't imagine that's what's actually going to happen.
We are cleared for liftoff.
Nah, we probably didn't need to be in orbit to set a destination, but oh well.
Aim point reached. Orbit stable.
Oh, by the way, the crew is still mad at me, but it looks like even though damaging your relationship with an NPC makes them unavailable as a follower, they'll continue to work as crew. And I'm pretty sure their buffs are still active because I would have noticed a difference in the ship's handling without Sam's piloting buff, or a difference in fuel consumption if we lost Sarah's astrodynamics skill. And thanks to the eagle-eyed viewers who noticed that the alleged murder that pissed them off wasn't the mysterious colonist, but a Freestar security ship that got hit by friendly fire in the battle with Ecliptic Mercs when we first arrived at Tal Sadie. I saw some activity updates up in the corner when it happened, but I didn't see what they were because I was pretty busy at the time. And the crew all had negative reaction barks when it happened, but they were all talking over top of each other. It was jumbled up with their combat sit reps, so I didn't hear exactly what they were saying.
And we're here.
The brain is a pretty marvelous device with a context filter that kind of automatically blocks out stuff that isn't relevant to the situation when you're in danger, so I heard the updates on enemy ship systems loud and clear. The multiple "we need to talk" lines kind of registered subconsciously and caught up with me a few seconds later, but I was primed for that because Sarah had already given me the good "we need to talk" line that was presumably signaling an update to her relationship status. Like when Sam wanted to talk to us and we had the option to flirt with him. But I totally missed her yelling, "I'm not going to help you murder these people." Even though they did all keep helping. Anyway, I stepped through the battle frame by frame, and I couldn't actually see the friendly fire hit. But the whole Freestar fleet turned hostile. And at that point, I wasn't paying attention to text labels in the HUD. If it was flagged red and trying to kill me, I killed it first.
Landing initiated. Watch your flaring.
The important question right now is, does the Frontier have a gun cam? And the question isn't as geek trivia as it sounds, because role-playing Captain Jeff not knowing while I do would be interesting.
Every world with living things.
Open the hand scanner and look for distortions in your field of view. Follow the distortions to the source. I guess that's what Vladimir meant.
He's a treasure.
I agree completely, Andreja. In no small part because I want to see if Phil Hill pays a premium for survey data on highly habitable worlds. Anyway, while playing Captain Jeff is clueless about why the crew hates him could be fun, it might be even more interesting having him deal with the knowledge of what really happened. I mean, that'd be a gut-wrenching revelation. Yes, it was an accident, but he can't really blame them for presumably doing exactly what he did. One of theirs takes incoming fire from the Frontier, their targeting system turns us red, and they're like, "Don't care what the label says, it's shooting at us, take it out." Let me know in the comments if you think he should remain blissfully unaware or figure out what he actually did. In the meantime, I'll keep Andreja as a follower. Try not to alienate her too. Plus, it makes sense that we took her to the Eye with us because Vladimir said he tries to look out for her more than the others. Ostensibly because they're both loners, although I suspect there might be more to it than that. Like maybe they both have backgrounds they're not entirely proud of. He was a pirate, and we don't know much about her, but she seemed surprised that we didn't judge her for killing the Varun zealots who were after her, and she kind of implied she's not as goody two-shoes as the other members of Constellation. So maybe we'll dig into that at an appropriate time. And I'm obviously going to do as much normal scanning as possible while we search for the big scanner anomaly. Unexplored geophysical feature, but that was an icon I've never seen before. Definitely check that out. Whatever it is, it's definitely constructed, not natural. Any of those scorpion crabs around? Yeah, right beside it. Great. See if we can get close enough to scan it without making it aggro. There's the unexplored feature marker tagged.
And your scan shows...
Gravitational anomaly. Multiple gravitational anomalies converge to this location and remain locked with each other. Is this what we're looking for? No, there's another one over there. Yeah, same icon. And no distortion on the scanner, so I don't think they're our target. But it would explain why Vladimir couldn't pinpoint the exact location of what we are looking for. Any rock piles, dung heaps, some other gravitational anomaly-themed loot container? No, but there is calamite. Not going to turn that down. Oh, yeah. The other one just had some loose debris suspended in the air, but that's a major gravitational anomaly. Still not the one we're looking for, but calamite. And dead people. Ryujin botanist. I've heard a ton of background chatter about Ryujin Industries, and I think we even have a side quest to inquire about a job there, but I have zero interest in returning to the corporate world at this point. And neither does Captain Jeff. More relevant to the situation at hand, why are they here and what killed them? There are some very vague hints that Constellation might not be the only group interested in the artifacts, but it might just be my imagination, reading more between the lines than is actually there. Probably more likely they were just here investigating native flora, got attacked by crabs and tried to take shelter here, but the cover wasn't adequate to save them. And there's the scanner distortion Vladimir was talking about. All right, let's follow that. Whatever it is, it's huge. And now we have a quest marker. Maybe the front door, but you don't put something like that in front of me without expecting me to climb it. And we've got scorpion crabs, but they're not super territorial. Certainly not like the ankylosaurs we ran into last time. Maybe their perception is lower, or maybe they're just not as aggressive. Don't know.
This is what we have been looking for? It is... I do not have words.
Well, I mean, humans have had gravity manipulation technology for centuries. This definitely looks like it predates human spaceflight, and it seems to work without a power source we can detect. Well, at least the small artifacts do, according to Noel. But it's not that weird. Although, that is 100% a chunkier version of whatever it is the artifacts are assembling themselves into. Didn't really expect the scanner to tell us anything. And it's also the same general design as the virtual construct we see in the hallucinations. I think the odds are swinging from a simulation to a precursor race. Although, I've kind of been treating the two as mutually exclusive, but they're really not. Maybe this is all a red pill left by a precursor race. Like, they tried to break out of the Matrix, failed, and left clues for whoever came next to build on their work. Which would be a bit Mass Effect-y. Or they succeeded and left clues for other races who were still trapped and wanted to break out. Or they didn't intentionally leave clues at all. Maybe didn't even know there were other races. Or there weren't other intelligent species at the time, but then humans evolved and found their code still running. Maybe, instead of speculating, we should just go inside and see what's happening. But that is definitely the same general design as what the artifacts are building back at the lodge and what we see in the hallucinations. But likewise incomplete. And this is a stretch, but Black Pyramid? Little nod to Neuromancer? Or at least subconsciously inspired by it? Maybe not. It looked black at a distance, but it's not really black at all. And it's not really a pyramid either. Get ready to boost. This isn't the safest way to get down, but it will be the quickest. Yep, the quest marker is on the door. Well, looks like a door anyway. Is this a puzzle? Do we need to wait until they're lined up or something? Don't know, but it worked. Now, what have we here? And how much danger are we in? Well, we triggered something. E to float up and left control to float
Those
down.
rings. Are they moving? They seem to react to us.
Are we weightless? Oh yeah, we're weightless. Well, this is cool. I guess I shouldn't be surprised zero-G is a thing, considering how different worlds have different gravity. I wonder if there are missions where you have to do spacewalks outside the artificial gravity of a ship or space station. I'd be shocked if they implemented a game mechanic this cool for a single location. Scanner doesn't show anything. Not terribly surprising. And that is 100% a working version of the ones outside, and what the artifacts we're assembling, and what we see in the hallucinations. And it looks like more than a slight pinch hazard. I don't think I'm going to try to fly through that. Looks like 2 doors. So what do we do with it? There's a cluster of sparkly stuff. What's that? Well, there was no prompt to interact with it, but it made a noise, and then it moved. The same thing. The sound is increasing, like more notes being added to a chord. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's definitely some kind of plot point that these things are musical.
That has done it. Look! The center of the rings beckons.
Okay. I assume we're supposed to fly through it then. Look, I'm not saying I identify with Cypher, but I do at least understand his point of view. If I fly through that, discover the real world, and it sucks, I am not going to be super thrilled about it. Yes, I'd rather know, but I wouldn't be inclined to judge people who don't too harshly. I wonder if we could... Nah. Yes, I was thinking about pushing Andreja through first. But I'm not. Oh, she is coming. Okay. Well, that was very different from the artifact hallucinations. Now, what's this?
Are you all right? We need to get you back to the lodge.
So did she experience it too or not? Of more immediate concern, apparently I have a new power. Select the area at the top to access your powers. Like behind the message? Yes. Select a power to equip it. Okay, apparently I am the Space Dragonborn and I just unlocked my first shout. Or maybe more like the Space One and I just unlocked the first bit of code that lets me hack the Matrix. Although anti-gravity field sounds suspiciously like Fusro Da. 7 undiscovered temples. And there are what, 6, 8, and 10 spots for powers to live? 24 total? So do I have to pick 7 out of 24 possible? I mean, not to beat the Skyrim metaphor into the ground, but I didn't get to pick the power I got, which suggests it is like that, where each Dragon Wall gives you a specific shout. But then why give you 24 slots if there are only 7 temples? Dunno. Whatever the case, the game conveniently put a couple of hostile scorpion crabs right outside the door for me to test my new power on, so I guess we should do that. Press Z to use your power. Nothing sneaking up behind us. Hello, scorpion crabs.
Your abilities are truly amazing.
It's not Fusro Da, but it's still pretty handy.
Why do they even try?
I mean, probably because they're hungry and weren't expecting me to levitate them for you to target practice on. But yeah, that'll be extremely useful for crowd control. Like when we were getting swarmed by ankylosaurs. So I assume our current objective is to get back to the lodge? Yes. Which actually sounds like a pretty good idea. The odd hallucination here and there, Noelle's the only person who seemed at all concerned about that, but gaining the ability to levitate stuff, it seems like something we might want to check out a little more thoroughly. Because it's not unheard of in science fiction for exceptional powers to come with exceptional downsides. Super strength and damage resistance sound great until they start dipping you into the FEV. But I don't appear to be growing any extra limbs yet. So far, so good.
Back again. Who do you think will be the first to ask us questions? Matteo or Noelle?
Ooh, good question. Could go either way.
Crix's bones. Look at you.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna start doing some scans. Like, right now.
We were right about the anomaly, weren't we? Tip our ears on the tale.
It was a large building. I probably wouldn't have thought temple, but that's how it was labeled.
An entire building generating a signature just like the artifact.
Vladimir, look at these readings. Cardiovascular and neurological levels aren't in the normal range.
I think we're going to need a little demonstration. Mind putting the paces to it?
Sure, but I'd rather not do it in here. The scorpion crabs were injured when I levitated them, but I'm not sure if the anti-gravity field did it or if that was from Andreja shooting them. Let me try it in the sunroom. Patio, whatever this is. Plus, it needed to be tidied up out here anyway. I wouldn't want to scatter furniture and books everywhere inside.
Everyone saw that, right?
Like a literal gift from the heavens.
And also the most practical consequence of our little venture thus far.
Got no old shipwise for this one. Going to just call weird, weird.
Not gonna argue, man. Well, using it everywhere would obviously be a terrible idea, but I'm not sure we really need to keep it under wraps. Or maybe we should. The UC was willing to blackmail me to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet. Who knows what they might do if they find out I have superpowers. But either way, for sure it was the temple that did this.
So we have artifacts, a temple, and this power. All connected.
But we do not understand the connections. We need additional information.
Can we find more of them?
Already picked one up from the scans. Matches another one of the artifacts we found. In theory, there might be one temple for each. but sifting through all the signs to identify a match is tricky. Impossible if we don't have the right artifact to compare. And even then, it takes time.
Ah, that's why there are 24 slots for powers, but only 7 undiscovered temples. Because Vectera, Moara, Aquila, wherever we met Andreja, Tal Sadie, and they already had 2. That's 7. Can't you just find all the temples for the artifacts we already have?
Not all at once. You'll need to take the home voyage after you've found each one. Should hopefully have more potentials for you then.
Okay. Or I could just take care of some other business while you're doing the analysis. But I guess that's not an option. All right, I'll follow up on the other anomaly you've found. Hopefully it's another temple.
Don't think it's just fortunes left that this temple responded to you. The artifacts, the visions, this power you've gotten, all seems to be the same song somehow. Plenty to think about. Anyway, catch a smile out there. I'll work on finding planet anomalies that match the other artifacts we have.
If you have a moment, I have something I'd like to discuss.
I thought you might. I bet everybody does.
I must admit, you've surprised me. I thought you were going to take off as soon as you'd gotten something from us. But I was wrong. I want you for a little soiree I'm planning.
Cool. Another unique option because of my character background.
Haven't gone up there recently. Is it-
2 captains of industry like ourselves working together? Tell me more.
Of course. I will admit what I'm proposing involves a little more cloak and dagger than the usual business meeting. But we both know that's how the game plays sometimes. It's about an artifact, and our goal is simple. We're going to purchase it. Our seller is a freelance operative in the city of Neon, which means the artifact is almost certainly stolen from someone. I just need a little more presence in the negotiation to show we're serious. And I think you'd be perfect.
What do we hear about Neon? It's the only place where Aurora is legal, right? So like Space Amsterdam. And I'm sure Walter's opinion is biased because he's a UC loyalist. Or maybe not. He's annoyed that Deimos has a monopoly on selling ships to the UC Navy, but that doesn't mean he agrees with their politics. Yeah, is Neon dangerous?
Oh, exceedingly. The free market there is in full effect. Anything goes as long as you have the money. We'll be taking advantage of that.
Well, that being the case, I'm so in.
That settles it then. We just need to make a few stops when we get to the city, and then the drinks will be on me.
As long as the drinking comes after the negotiation, or whatever this is going to entail.
It'll be easy, I promise. I'll ride passenger on your ship until we get to Neon. Just let me know when you're ready to set off.
I have a few errands to run first, but then we'll get right to it.
Keeping me waiting. New. Very well. Let me know.
No, seriously. I'll be right back.
Wrong idea here.
Those scans you ran, did they say I'm okay?
You're gonna tell me it's a bad idea too?
Before I say anything, I need to clarify that I have no formal medical training. So with that in mind, I think so. I know I said the scans weren't normal, but I would differentiate that from dangerous or concerning. I plan on keeping an eye on you, but you seem to have adapted to the changes. You're feeling okay, right?
I'll be honest, I haven't checked my stats in detail, but I lost a few hit points and got a sprain fighting crab scorpions, and the device in the temple didn't make it any worse or heal me. So, I guess I'm the same as I was yesterday, as far as I can tell.
Well, not really. Based on my initial scans, but more on what I watched you do. But we'll run with it for now. For now, just relax. We're all behind you, and we'll take care of you if we need to. And if you wake up in the middle of the night to find me standing over you, taking scans or drawing blood, just take it in stride. I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. Probably.
Noel, if I wake up and see you standing over my bed, I am 100% not just taking it in stride. I'm going to start wondering if the attraction is mutual after all.
Well, okay, fine. Let's see what he says. Hey, you have a second? Sam and I were just having a, discussion, and I wanted someone else's input. I'd like to, get in shape, do some working out. So I asked Vladimir for some tips, and he basically said weightlifting was a bad idea. Anyway, so I wanted to get Sam's opinion on it, and he pretty much said the same thing.
That's not really what I wanted to talk to you about, but, are we talking free weights or a machine? Because it's easier to hurt yourself with free weights, potentially seriously, especially if you don't have a spotter and somebody to teach you how to do it right. But as long as you take safety seriously, if you want to get into lifting, I think that's great. I wonder if we'd have another unique option here if we had the weightlifting skill. Dunno. Probably. Huh. Apparently the dialogue is broken. That option doesn't do anything. And apparently eating right and staying fit isn't good enough, since there's nothing specific to the wellness skill. Out of the two options left, I agree more with that. You'll never get anywhere if you don't take risks.
That's what I've been saying! Anyway, thanks. I think I'm gonna try it. And don't worry, I'll be sure and ask Vladimir for pointers. Yeah, I know. Thanks. And maybe, if I need a spotter...
Cool. He really was listening. But I really wanted to talk to you about that temple I found.
Feel free to help yourself at the bar. I don't drink, but I feel like if I did, now would be a good time for one.
Yeah, I wanted to get your thoughts on that temple I found.
You and me both. The implications are staggering. Obviously, we don't know anything for certain, at least not yet, but there sure seems to be a connection between these temples and the artifacts. So it would follow that someone, or something, built them. Both the temples and the artifacts. That alone is huge, isn't it?
Well, that's interesting. The game is pushing just a little too hard to make us think it's aliens, so it's definitely not aliens. The pendulum swings back in favor of a simulation. And sure, the temple looked ancient, but if it's all just code, you could spawn an ancient-looking temple out of thin air. Of course, there's nothing to say a simulation couldn't include aliens, and there's still the precursors left as a red pill theory. Whatever the case, it's a huge discovery.
That might end up being the understatement of all time. But really, we can't get ahead of ourselves. We just need to focus on our next steps. More research, documenting our findings, and not jumping to conclusions, no matter how enticing that might be.
Touché. Well, good talk. See ya.
Take care of yourself.
You do the same. Loot sold. Do I need to do any crafting?
If nothing else, can we speak for a moment? Is something amiss?
No, it sounded like you wanted to talk.
Here, I have something for you.
Really? That's nice of you.
Yes, well, it seemed like a good idea. I saw it earlier and thought you might like it. Or find it useful. Or, well, whatever.
That's very kind. Thank you for thinking of me.
Of course. We are partners, are we not? I will keep an eye out in the future. And if I see something, I might hold on to it for you.
Money. Some people might be insulted by that, but I am not. She already knows me too well.
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you.
I am, Vasco. You don't need to keep asking.
You reconsider my offer? Ready to set off?
There was nothing to reconsider. Like I told you, I just had a few errands to run first. But I'm ready now. Let's go.
To the Volai star system, then. I admit I'm a little excited.
Me too. To the ship. Oh yeah, forgot about that. I'm wanted for murder in the Freestar Collective. Maybe that's why Andreja gave me money. But seriously, what do we do about that? Well, nothing in the manual about how to pay off a bounty. I guess we'll just go, see if we can surrender. Because in a populated system, we're definitely going to get approached and scanned when we enter orbit. If they start shooting, we'll grav jump away and come up with a plan B, I guess. Assuming this works, it's probably too much to ask that the rest of my crew chills out after my bounty's paid off. But you never know. They might. Fingers crossed.
Welcome to the Freestar Collective. Please maintain your current course while we scan your ship.
Power down the weapons.
Be advised, you have been identified as a known criminal. Respond immediately or we will be forced to open fire. You're on the wanted list. Halt and prepare to be boarded or we will be forced to open fire.
Here we go. Yeah, this is all just a huge misunderstanding, but I'm happy to pay the fine.
Copy that. Stay on course while we escort you in.
If you have the time, I wish to speak to you. You have my attention.
Yeah, going to jail will do that.
We have not yet had a moment to talk about what happened to you at that place. Temple? I am not sure what to call it. In all my time amongst the stars, I have never heard of such a thing. What do you think that place was?
Oh, jeez. I'm sorry, Andreja. I asked everybody else what they thought about the story, and I didn't even talk it over with the one person who was actually there. Sorry about that. Anyway, it didn't look like any culture I've ever seen or heard of, but I'm not sure if I'm an anthropologist. It seemed to be based on technology that's either more advanced or works on different principles than what we're used to, though. Inconclusive, so I think I'm going to offer an uncharacteristically subjective opinion here. It was beautiful. I've never imagined such a place.
Then it seems fitting that you were the one to discover it. Certainly it is too soon to speculate about who built it, but how can we not? After what you experienced, do you have any insights?
Well, for one, I think you just implied that you think I'm beautiful. Thanks. And back at ya. But regarding the temple itself, once again, the game's really piling on selling the notion that it's aliens. So it's not aliens. And I'm not going to be sarcastic. In fact, there are multiple sarcastic options here. Metagaming aside, there certainly could be people out there we've never met, but she just said herself we shouldn't be speculating until we have more data.
Was there more?
Yeah, be analytical. We shouldn't take wild guesses. If we keep going, we'll find out for sure.
You sound just like Sarah. I see why she invited you to join Constellation. You are right, of course. We will learn in time. I am sorry. After what you have been through, I should be asking about you. Are you all right? Have you felt any side effects?
Well, Noelle asked the same thing, and I said I hadn't noticed any, which I haven't, but maybe I really should check my stats a little closer. I'm still down a few hit points, which probably means my max health didn't change, but if it went up without healing the damage, that'd be good to know. Or down. But the sprain's healed, so I feel great. Better than ever.
A cynical person might suggest that in itself could be a side effect. But for now, we will just assume you have been very fortunate. The artifacts that temple this new ability you have acquired, clearly they are all connected. This is all so much bigger than we realized.
Clearly. Well, that's exactly what Constellation is for. And I'm genuinely thrilled to be a part of it.
You are right. Now we have even greater reason to press forward, to learn more about what is at work here.
Agreed. And on a less profound note, thanks for coming down here to bail me out. Anyway, we should probably get out of here and find Walter.
So you're telling me I have to take my entire load of alcohol back to New Atlantis?
That's right. Every damn crate.
This is how I end up with 100 side quests in my log.
Clover over at Kelp Corp. She's too good for Neon. Sounds like she's trying to help someone or something. Honestly, I kind of tuned her out.
I mean, sometimes you learn important background context listening to NPC conversations, and I decided long ago that there wasn't much point trying to keep my quest log nice and tidy.
I do not know about you, but I am starting to suspect that Benjamin Bayou has a slightly inflated view of himself.
Like, who's Benjamin Bayou? There was probably some scripted event that would have happened when we landed, and we missed it because I went straight to jail. Well, there's a Stroud Eklund office in there, so I guess he's waiting for us.
Don't make my job any harder.
Clearly the intent is to get us into the Astral Lounge. Shall we follow the signs?
Astral Lounge? Yeah, we definitely missed some setup. What's the log say? Talk to Walter. Yeah, with all due respect, Andreja, I'm going to follow the quest marker. Well, there's Stroud Eklund, but the marker's on Sky Suite. Access restricted. Sorry, should have trusted you. Did I push the right button? Yes. Okay, where's the Astral Lounge? Okay. Dressing your exotic dancers as Teletubbies isn't exactly what I would have gone with, but Walter does not seem to be here. Excuse me. Ready to roll?
What did you need?
Walter's not here. Let's go.
All right, then.
People, excuse me. Maybe if we go to the starport, whatever was supposed to happen when we exited the ship will happen now? I mean, it's a Bethesda RPG. I wouldn't be shocked if there's a quest-breaking bug or two, but surely I can't be the only person who ever arrived here with a bounty.
What the hell is this about? Cut the act. Sniffers picked up the Aurora you're carrying the second you stepped through.
All right, get up slowly and turn around. Try to run, and we open fire.
Well, the quest marker moved, so that's a good sign, but now I kind of want to see what's going on here. A smuggler getting busted from the look of it.
So, what was the plan, Nesha? Smuggle the Aurora into Aquila City or New Atlantis?
No, I just forgot I was carrying it, is all. Honest mistake, right?
Come on, can't we just settle this right here? I can pay the usual.
We don't make the rules. That's Administrator Bayou's job. Now, shut up and start walking.
Move it! Let's go!
Well, we already knew Aurora's illegal outside of Neon, but at least I know who Bayou is now. Glad I eavesdropped. Although, it's interesting that Neon's own guards won't let you take it out. I assumed it was just illegal elsewhere.
The effort to make this place livable is astounding. There's no end to what can be accomplished when there are credits to be made.
This is nicer than a lot of places we've seen people living. Of course, I didn't get to scan it, so I don't know the whole story. And here's Walter.
Smell that? Construction. incense, industrial chemicals of every kind. But they still can't get rid of the odor of chasm bass.
Chasm bass? I assume that's some kind of fish?
A native species of fish. I often wonder what would have happened if they'd never found out about the psychotropic effects. I mean, on paper, a rich protein source has far more practical value than a recreational drug. But theory loses out once again to practice.
People are getting high off fish? Is that what Aurora's made of?
Something to do with chasm bass's natural oils, apparently. If you're curious, the name is Aurora.
I figured as much. Let's get going.
We need to stop by the Stroud Eklund offices. There are certain authorization procedures when large funds are being transferred, even for something like this.
So the game really was confused because we didn't land normally. That seems like a scenario that would have come up in testing, but maybe not. And he is following us. Good. Although... is this a water world? Yeah, that explains Andreja's comment.
Mr. Stroud, we didn't know you were coming in.
It's all right. I just need to have a short chat with my counterpart. Is she in today?
Yes, allow me to bust you in, sir.
Accessing the corporate headquarters is much easier when we're with the CEO. Imagine that.
Walter.
Issa.
Shall we continue from last time? The luxury cruise line market is completely outside of our core competencies. Investing into it is a mistake.
No, I'm here about... Wait a minute, a mistake. Our ship designers are the best in the settled systems.
They design personal craft and military ships, Walter. Large-scale accommodations and hospitality is a completely different beast. Oh, I'm so sorry. Here I am arguing with my partner, and you're just standing right here. Issa Eklund, the hyphenated Eklund in our glorious company's branding.
Charmed, Ms. Eklund. I envy you and your partner's success.
Oh, aren't you lovely? Walter, wherever did you meet your new friend? I'm jealous.
A colleague from Constellation.
Ah, yes, the daring explorers my partner is so infatuated with. You should hear him reciting that speech.
There's no need to go into that.
Oh, my heart skips a beat when he does it. Really, it does. Such passion. If he talked to the board that way, I wouldn't need to placate them so much.
A little bit hard to get a read on her, but I think she's being sincere. Excuse me. What's all this about a speech?
Who was it again, Walter? The founder of Constellation?
Sebastian Banks. His final address before he disappeared.
Oh, I need to hear this speech.
Seconded.
Yes. Walter does seem fond of this.
I am not going to be forced into embarrassment in my own office. The answer is no.
Talk to him about it later. Once he cools down, he'll be all ears.
I will do that. About our business here.
Yes? Why are you here, Walter? The board meeting isn't for a while. Our vacations aren't coming up either.
It's the discretionary fund, Issa. I need all of it.
Ugh. This wouldn't have anything to do with that meeting you've set up at the Astral Lounge, would it?
I never said that. Did you have an agent hack into my files again?
Only after you had one hack into mine. Tell me, can mutual distrust lead to a point where it's actually the same as mutual trust?
So Andreja's premonition was right. Our meeting is in the Astral Lounge?
A remarkably insecure location for a clandestine meeting.
That was the point. Neutral territory in the open.
With no leverage. Oh, you must let me help. It's been too long.
I have this all taken care of.
Some investigation into the cellar. What's motivating them? Then, some preliminary casing of the Astral Lounge for security flaws. Give you the advantage if things go wrong.
Bribe a few bouncers, alter the codes on the doors.
Yes, exactly.
Investigate the cellar, case the Astral Lounge. Got it.
I hate being selfish, but I would like some time with my husband. We need to go through the fund authorizations anyway.
James Newell is the broker who knows our cellar. He'll be able to help you find out more about them. And it shouldn't be hard to find the Astral Lounge. Here, let me at least give you some operation funds since I won't be joining you. Meet me back here. Yeah, I'm going to be present for the negotiation. I'm not leaving you to the Neon Sharks, I promise.
All right. Looks like everything caught up and the quest isn't permanently broken, so that's good.
I missed you. I missed you too. You're still so tense. Normally, once we're alone, your shoulders relax. They're taut.
We're on to something remarkable. Maybe what I've always dreamed of.
I can tell. I can see your mind racing.
I haven't even stopped to ask you how you're doing.
I'm fine. The board complains. I assure them. There's the occasional assassination attempt.
So, you don't need anything from me then?
I don't.
Am I just some useless stargazer? You would have been better off marrying a Hope or a Tayo, someone who could be with you at every meeting.
Oh, don't go on about that again. Needing you isn't the same as wanting you. And I'd much rather want my partner than need them. Less complicated.
Now, I know Constellation seems to take up so much of my time. But I never stop thinking of you. Wondering what maneuvering you're doing to take over the company and drive me out.
It's how I show my love.
That's kind of sweet. They're ruthless, but I think they really do love each other. Okay, I'm going to call it a day before we kick off anything that might be awkward to save and quit in the middle of. As always, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a comment if you have questions, suggestions, or noticed something else I missed, and I'll see you soon.